Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us today for our International Town Hall meeting. My name is Robert Medrano. I'm the Director of International Mission and Recruitment. And today we will be discussing a number of things to be able to help all our students transition to PACE. First and foremost, again, I know that right now we are facing challenging times. It's been now a good 4 months, but like all things, we've been able to pull through. We have a great team that's been able to assist all our students. And part of the reason we wanted to put everything together today is to be able to help all our students transition as school is set to start in about a month's time. Today, I have the honor to be helped with this presentation with our team from admissions, myself, as well as graduate admissions with Zachary Karp. We also have our team in International Student Scholars with Mira Krasnov, along with, at the end, speaking with advisement would be Mackenzie Larakis. And behind the scenes, we also have our team with admissions and our Assistant Director, Kelly Moran, and Carly Corbett-Frank. What I would like is to be able to convey all our information. You can, during the time, ask questions in the chat feature below, but we will be able to answer most of those questions towards the end of the presentation. Again, there might be some pressing questions that you have, and we will have individuals that will be able to answer them in real time. But those that we may not be able to answer, we will save them for the end of the chat feature. So without much further ado, what I would like to do, I'm going to share my screen with everyone to be able to go over some of the slides that we have. Within this presentation, we're going to go over a few things. All right, so next steps, first and foremost, would be submitting your deposit, transitioning into submitting your documents for the I-20, setting yourselves up for orientation, receiving your student schedule, and coming to campus. Whether that's likely or not, but we will be able to answer most of those questions for you. So first thing, for those students that have not been able to submit their deposit or just recently been accepted, or you're still thinking about it, what you need to do is you may need to be able to go onto the hyperlink that you see in front of you, which you can see is admission.pace.edu/portal/accepted. We wanted to submit actually print screen so you could be able to see exactly what it's going to look like. So when you go into your portal, you will see that it says the amount due. It's $100 for the deposit for undergraduate. Once you submit it, that will be updated and show you as a deposited student. Zach, if you want to just elaborate a little bit on the grad side.
It's pretty much the same process for graduate students when they log into their applicant status portal. The only difference is they're going to see a link to deposit. It's a $200 tuition deposit for graduate students.
Great, thank you. Now, the big question is in terms of what do you need to do to submit your I-20 documents, right? So that's all required. You'll see in the hyperlink, it's going to also say that request for form I-20 documentation, continue with this process, even if the embassies are closed in your country. Please do not refrain from submitting the documents, even if the embassies are closed. We are working under fluid conditions where every day things change, things are dynamic. 1 minute the embassy could be closed, next thing you know, it could be open. You want to ensure that you are continuing the process to be able to have all your documentation. Once we have that information, we are able to send you the I-20 electronically. So please do not stop from submitting your documents, even if you hear that your embassy is closed. Okay. Orientation. Once you submitted your tuition deposit, you will click on the Next Steps tab portal, and you'll see on the bottom it says Next Steps, and that's where you would continue to go. So everything is very dynamic and fluid on our website. Just be able to follow the instructions, and you should be good. And I will now pass it over to Mira to kind of handle all the questions regarding international. So she's the star of the show, so she will be handling most of these questions.
Thank you, Rob. Good morning, everyone. I see it's many participants. Welcome to PACE. We look forward to meeting you and greeting you. either on campus or online. I will talk about your upcoming to campus and what is going to happen and what do you need to do. So what is coming to campus? It's going to happen if you have your I-20 from Pace University, you have a valid student visa, and there are no travel restrictions between your country and the United States, which means you are able to travel. Your hard deadline is September 15th. If you're able to travel by September 15th, we are happy to meet you and greet you on campus. Next slide, please. The other case scenario, if you are unable to come to campus, semester begins on August 24th. We're giving you flexibility. There is a possibility that consular services will resume, but they are going to resume on a post-by-post basis. What does it mean? They are phasing out the reopening. Vietnam was the first country to reopen. They are processing visa. So other countries, it's going to be a slow process, but it will happen. In the event you have a visa appointment and it's upcoming, so we again giving you a flexibility. You may arrive to New York by September 15th. But if such thing is happening, and you know already you have visa appointment, but it's in the future, please contact International Admission. Email address is right on the screen. We need to know what's going on. We need to know that you are arriving with delay, and we need to talk to your professors, academic advisors, and so we will have that on file. What else we can do to support you? We will allow you to begin your coursework online while you're waiting for a visa, but we will help you to switch to in-person classes once you are on campus. Next slide, please. And another condition, too many conditions. That's time we live in. You know that you're coming to campus because you have an I-20 and you have a valid visa, but there is another roadblock. There is a travel restriction. It's still on, and then you cannot come. Do let us know, and we will help you to begin your studies online. So you're not going to be a civic student, or so to speak, but you will be a university bona fide student, and you can start already your academic plan in fall 2020 until spring 2021 when you come in person, and then you will have your status up and running. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so now yet another scenario. You didn't request an I-20 yet, and this is why you don't have student visa. Okay, student visa is a different ballgame, but in order to at least apply for a visa, you need an I-20. You don't have an I-20. You don't have even travel plans. Some of you probably want to wait out the storm, or so to speak. We do encourage you to proceed with requesting an I-20 form. We encourage you to submit the required documentation. Why it's important? Because you will be already on the list of CVIS visa-seeking students. You may start your study online. You may have an I-20 and still wait out the storm. Why it's important, I will tell you soon. Next slide, please. So, what is remote learning in the current environment? You have an I-20. There is a travel ban still. You were not able to get a visa on time. We support you. We will accommodate. We will help you to get connected with your academic advisor. You will start your academic degree online. What is going to happen with your CVIS record? We will defer your CVIS record to the next semester. And you will retain same CVIS ID number. Sometime later, we will mail you an updated I-20 with the spring 2021 start date. So you will be okay. Next slide. Why it's important to have an I-20 now? So you pay the CVIS fee, you have an I-20, and don't worry about your money, because your CVIS fee is valid for 12 months, 1 year. But by paying CVIS fee, having a valid I-20, you can already schedule a visa appointment. You will get a response from US consulate in your home country. Sorry, we still work remotely. You cannot have a visa appointment or something along these lines, but you already paid a visa fee. That application, VS-160. So that fee and CVIS fee will be valid for a year, 12 months, which means your money is not wasted. You do all that. We defer you in CVIS. If you are unable to come, you will retain same CVIS ID number, so your CVIS fee is valid. And you apply for a visa ahead of the time. So when the time comes, you will be the first one in line to go. It's going to be a big line for obtaining visa. So you will just need from us new I-20 with updated program start date, and the rest is assured. Next slide. Well, at this point, I need to explain a couple of things. I need to explain why you should rather prefer to come in person to the United States, and you should put your best efforts into obtaining I-20, obtaining a visa, check travel ban situation every day, because it happens overnight, quite literally. Regulations change, travel bans change. We just heard some of the countries, F1 students are added to the list of, it's called essential travelers, which means even though there is a travel ban, but F1 students on the same list with medical professionals, international travelers, diplomats, and some other travelers. They call it national interest waiver. Some countries, you need to understand, not all the countries, but because it's liquid and it's changing, some other countries may join the same setup. So travel ban is not a big roadblock on your way. At least all European countries have agreed to grant a national interest. When I say European countries, I mean US Department of State, US Consular Services in European countries. Same applies for visa. Those people of national interest will be given first priority for obtaining visa, and also they will be on the list of waiver of travel ban. Please check the information, stay current. Department of State is saying that prospective traveler, F1 student to include, has to check with the local US consulate in their home country about being an exception, granted a waiver as essential traveler, and about giving a priority applying for a student visa. Priority on the end of consular services. So what I'm saying is there is a certain degree of flexibility, and when you think about it, why should I do it? And maybe I should wait out the storm in my home country. I want to talk about employment benefits. I'm sure you're all interested in visa-related employment benefits. So all is good. You have the I-20 or you don't have the I-20. You will stay in your home country, suppose, again, to wait out the storm, and you can start your degree online. Everyone wants to support you with that, your future professors to include. But you're not active in CVIS. Your employment eligibility clock is off because there is no physical presence. What is employment eligibility? It's off-campus employment, which is called curricular practical training, also known as CPT, or future post-completion optional practical training, which is called, or also known as OPT. When you become eligible, when you complete 2 consecutive academic semesters in F1 status while on campus, after you cross the border and we activated your CVIS record, and you started taking at least one face-to-face class in the current environment. You're not here, so you're successfully taking classes from your home country, passing exams, and a bona fide Pace University student, but you are inactive in CVIS. Come spring 2021 semester, you cross the border, you are here. This is when your employment eligibility clock begins, which means spring 2020 plus fall 2021. And this is when you become eligible, which is going to be December 2021. So think about what you may potentially lose. If there is no choice, we understand that, but we urge you to put your best efforts into taking up an upcoming semester in person. Good luck, everyone. Look forward to greeting you either on campus in person or online.
Thank you so much, Mira. Transitioning on to working with class schedules. As Mira mentioned before, it's very important to try to be able to start your semester, whether it's on campus or online. So without much further ado, I'm going to now present Mackenzie Larakis to discuss in terms of what are the details to start your classes.
Thanks, Rob. So hello, as Rob said, my name is Mackenzie Larakis. I'm the Director for International Academic Support. I can answer some general advising questions for you, and I'm also a key person to talk to if in the event that you are going to not be coming to campus in the fall, but would like to continue studying. As Mira said, you won't be active in CVIS, but you can still work towards your degree online, and I can help with making sure the schedule is appropriate for that for you or whatever country you're in. Regarding your schedule, all students will receive their course schedule at orientation. You will work with your academic advisor to ensure that all classes fit with your plan for your academics at the university. Any edits will be made at orientation. And as a new student, you should not try to register yourself for courses ahead of orientation. Your advisors will carefully select your courses, and your schedule is very intentionally designed. So at this time, you're not picking and choosing your classes. After your first semester here, you'll have much more control over the classes you take, and you'll be able to find things that you'll be able to make that decision for yourself. Next slide. Okay, so for registering for classes for graduate students, it's dependent on the school your program resides within. That previous note was for undergraduate students. So if you're a Seidenberg or Lubin student, you should work with the Office of Graduate Admission. So that's Zachary Karp, who's on this webinar, and some other members of that team. Also, and then if you're from the Dyson School or the School of Education or the College of Health Professions, you should work with your academic advisor. Next slide, please. And so another benefit that we want to provide for you as an international student, we want to be here to support you academically. I am in charge of running some academic support workshops. We have a couple more happening throughout this summer, and we plan to run more similar to this in the fall. Periodically throughout the semester, we want to hold some workshops about some topics that might be very important to you as an international student. Some things that you might feel like you need more assistance with or you want to know more about. For example, learning remotely or writing reflective essays versus research essays, and some things about email etiquette and communicating professionally with your instructors. So we will be providing workshops like that throughout the semester. And my email is at the top there if you would like to contact me for more information about those workshops.